Are you ready to be scared together? The enigmatic tale of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall. Gather round, dear listeners, for a narrative that weaves through the corridors of time, a spectral dance echoing through the hallowed halls of a 17th-century English mansion. Picture, if you will, the grandeur of Raynham Hall, a place steeped in history, where each creaking floorboard and whispering wind carries the weight of centuries past. In the dimly lit recesses of this venerable manor, a mysterious apparition makes her presence known, a woman, draped in a gown of somber brown, haunting the staircase with a spectral elegance. This ethereal figure is none other than Lady Dorothy Walpole, a woman entangled in the complex tapestry of 18th-century aristocracy. Sister to Britain's inaugural Prime Minister, her life took a tragic turn, a narrative woven with threads of secrecy, betrayal, and untimely demise. The whispers of her existence extend beyond the confines of mere folklore, captured in a haunting photograph that has etched itself into the annals of paranormal lore. Legend has it that Lady Dorothy met her end in 1726, confined by the chains of societal expectations and marital discord. Locked away by her own husband, a man driven to extremes by accusations of infidelity, she found herself ensnared in the gloom of Raynham Hall. Yet, even in death, Lady Dorothy's spirit lingers, a ghostly spectre, descending the staircase with an otherworldly grace. The Brown Lady has become more than a mere apparition. She is a symbol, a testament to the enduring power of human emotions and the lingering echoes of history. Witnesses, from common folk to even the esteemed King George IV himself, have claimed to glimpse her form, standing by bedsides, a wraith in the Victorian shadows. As we delve into the mystique of Raynham Hall and the spectral legacy of Lady Dorothy, let us tread lightly through the corridors of time, where the past and present dance in a ghostly ballet, and the Brown Lady remains an enigmatic figure, casting her ephemeral spell on those who dare to explore the haunted realms of Raynham. Raynham Hall, nestled in the quiet embrace of Norfolk, England, a manor that bears witness to centuries of whispers, secrets, and the lingering presence of the ethereal Brown Lady. Picture, if you will, the grand facade of this venerable mansion, its time-worn stones echoing with the footsteps of history. Raynham Hall, a place where the past and present intertwine like ivy on ancient walls, is said to be haunted by the spectral figure known as the Brown Lady. Shrouded in the mystique of centuries gone by, this ghostly apparition is said to wander through the dimly lit corridors and descend the age-old staircase with an almost mournful grace. The tale begins in the 17th century when Lady Dorothy Walpole, the sibling of the inaugural Prime Minister of Britain, found herself enmeshed in a tragic saga. It is said that the echoes of her life, cut short in 1726, resonate through the very fabric of Raynham Hall. Locked away by her own husband, accusations of infidelity cast a shadow over her existence, and her spirit, it seems, could not find solace even in death. The Brown Lady's haunting presence has become more than just a local legend. It has transcended into the realm of the paranormal. Visitors to Raynham Hall, from curious tourists to seasoned ghost hunters, have reported eerie encounters with this spectral figure. Some claim to have glimpsed her form on the staircase, a silhouette draped in a gown of melancholic brown, while others speak of a palpable chill in the air as her unseen presence makes itself felt. The haunting crescendo of Lady Dorothy's story reaches its zenith in a photograph, one of the most famous in the annals of paranormal lore. Captured in the 1930s, the image immortalizes the Brown Lady, her ghostly visage descending the staircase, as if reaching out from the shadows of time to make her presence known to the living. But it is not just in the physical realm that Lady Dorothy's spirit is said to roam. Tales abound of witnesses, throughout the years and across social strata, who claim to have encountered the Brown Lady. From servants whispering about ghostly encounters in hushed tones to the esteemed King George IV himself, who declared seeing her standing beside his bed in the Victorian era, the spectral legacy of Raynham Hall has woven itself into the fabric of British history. So, as you stand before the formidable gates of Raynham Hall, let the air be tinged with a sense of anticipation, for within its hallowed walls, the Brown Lady may still be casting her ghostly gaze upon those who dare to delve into the enigma of Norfolk's haunted manor. In the bygone era of petticoats and powdered wigs, the tragic tale of Lady Dorothy Walpole unfolds, a narrative that has transcended the pages of history to etch itself into the very fabric of Raynham Hall. Lady Dorothy, born in 1686, was not merely a silhouette in the background of her brother Robert Walpole's ascent to political eminence. She was destined for a life entwined with the threads of love, betrayal, and an untimely demise. The yearning whispers of Lady Dorothy's story echo through the ages, reaching their crescendo in the shadowy corridors of Raynham Hall. As the sister of Robert Walpole, the inaugural Prime Minister of Great Britain, her life was steeped in the high-stakes drama of 18th-century aristocracy. Yet, it was not the political machinations of the time that would define her legacy, but rather the clandestine affairs of the heart that would seal her fate. The ghostly narrative takes a haunting turn as Lady Dorothy's life becomes enmeshed in the complexities of marriage and accusations of infidelity. In 1726, tragedy struck, and Lady Dorothy found herself confined within the very walls of Raynham Hall, a prisoner of societal expectations and the marital discord that had woven its web around her. Legend has it that her husband, overcome by suspicions and fueled by the jealous flames of the time, locked her away, casting her into the shadows where her spirit would eventually find solace only in death. Thus, the Brown Lady emerged, a spectral figure, draped in a gown of somber brown, wandering the corridors and descending the grand staircase of Raynham Hall. Her spirit, bound by the anguish of her mortal existence, is said to linger in the hallowed halls, a silent witness to the passage of time. The connection between Lady Dorothy and the first Prime Minister of Great Britain, Robert Walpole, adds an intriguing layer to this ghostly tale. The corridors she once walked, the rooms where her laughter once echoed, now bear the weight of her spectral presence. The political machinations that defined her brother's life are juxtaposed with the personal tragedy that marked hers, creating a poignant contrast that resonates through the ages. As visitors stand in the shadow of Raynham Hall, they are not merely encountering the ghost of a bygone era. They are witnessing the remnants of a life untold, a woman lost to history but immortalized in the collective consciousness as the Brown Lady. Lady Dorothy Walpole, sister to a Prime Minister, now a ghostly figure weaving through the tapestry of time, forever haunting the hallways of a 17th-century English mansion. In the labyrinthine corridors of aristocratic alliances, Lady Dorothy Walpole's story takes a dramatic turn as she becomes entangled in the tumultuous web of matrimony. Cast as the second wife to Charles Townshend, 2nd Viscount Townshend, Lady Dorothy found herself in a union marked not by the tranquility of marital bliss, but by the tempestuous storms of her husband's notorious temper. Charles Townshend, the 2nd Viscount, was a man whose name resonated not only through the lofty halls of Raynham Hall, but also across the social circles of 18th-century England. However, it was not his political prowess or aristocratic lineage that would define him in the whispers of history. Rather, it was the dark shadow of his violent temperament that loomed large over the lives of those close to him. Lady Dorothy, in her role as the second Lady Townshend, bore witness to the storm that brewed within her husband's soul. His temper, notorious among contemporaries, cast a pall over the domestic sphere, and the walls of Raynham Hall became witnesses to the turbulent currents that flowed beneath the facade of aristocratic elegance. The union between Lady Dorothy and Charles Townshend was not one of serene companionship, but a tempestuous dance between passion and discord. The grandeur of Raynham Hall, which should have been a haven for the newlywed couple, became a backdrop for the domestic drama that unfolded behind closed doors. The rumors of Lady Dorothy's alleged affair, which reportedly led to her husband's suspicions and subsequent confinement, only added fuel to the fiery tempest of their marriage. Locked away within the confines of the mansion, she became a tragic figure, her spirit forever bound to the place where her tumultuous love story reached its poignant conclusion. As the 2nd Viscount Townshend, Charles's name may have echoed through the annals of history for his political endeavors, but it is the specter of his violent temper that lingers in the ghostly corridors of Raynham Hall. Lady Dorothy, in the throes of a marriage marked by passion and strife, now stands as a ghostly witness to the echoes of a bygone era, her presence forever intertwined with the haunting legacy of her husband's infamous reputation. So, As we peer into the shadowy recesses of history, we find not only the Brown Lady, but also the ghostly remnants of a marriage marked by the stormy temperament of a second Viscount, whose name and notoriety reverberate through the haunted halls of Raynham. The tragic saga of Lady Dorothy Walpole takes a harrowing turn as accusations of infidelity cast a shadow over her existence, plunging her into a labyrinth of betrayal and seclusion within the hallowed halls of Raynham Hall. The whispers of a supposed affair with Lord Wharton would become the catalyst for a series of events that would seal Lady Dorothy's fate. The scandalous allegations, fueled by the tempestuous temper of her husband, Charles Townshend, 2nd Viscount Townshend, transformed Raynham Hall from a sanctuary of aristocratic refinement into a prison of marital discord. Charles, notorious for his violent temper, took drastic measures in response to the perceived betrayal. In a move that would echo through the corridors of time, Lady Dorothy found herself confined within the oppressive confines of her rooms, a captive in her own family home. Locked away from the prying eyes of society, Lady Dorothy became a spectre in her own right, a ghostly figure navigating the shadows of Raynham Hall. The very rooms that should have been a haven became her purgatory, and the grandeur of the mansion bore witness to the quiet tragedy of a woman ensnared by the societal expectations and marital constraints of her time. As the days turned into years, Lady Dorothy's world shrank to the dimensions of her confined quarters. The walls, once adorned with opulent tapestries and echoing with the laughter of high society, now closed in around her. It was within this claustrophobic solitude that the whispers of her alleged affair mingled with the chill of isolation. Tragically, Lady Dorothy's story reached its somber conclusion with the onset of smallpox, a merciless malady that swept through her sequestered sanctuary. The very walls that had witnessed her confinement now bore witness to her final moments, her spirit succumbing to the ravages of disease and despair. Thus, the tale of Lady Dorothy Walpole became a haunting narrative of love betrayed, trust shattered, and a life cut short within the gilded cage of Raynham Hall. Her ghostly presence, forever linked to the tragic events that unfolded within those walls, continues to cast its shadow over the mansion, a poignant reminder of the fragility of human bonds and the enduring echoes of a bygone era. In the annals of spectral encounters, the first documented sighting of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall emerges as a chilling testament to the ethereal presence that has left an indelible mark on this historic English mansion. The stage was set in 1835, a time when gas lamps flickered in the streets, and horse-drawn carriages clattered on cobblestone roads, a world steeped in the mystique of the Victorian era. Enter Lucia C. Stone, a witness to the supernatural who would become the herald of the Brown Lady's spectral legacy. In the quiet confines of Raynham Hall, Stone's encounter unfolded, the mansion itself a silent witness to the rendezvous between the living and the otherworldly. As the story goes, Stone beheld a figure draped in a brown brocade dress, a garment that seemed to echo the somber hues of Lady Dorothy's mortal existence. Yet, it was not merely the dress that struck fear into the heart of the witness. It was the empty eye sockets that stared back, devoid of life yet filled with an eerie intensity. The visage of the Brown Lady transcended the conventional boundaries of a ghostly apparition, instilling a sense of dread that lingered in the air like an unseen spectre. The description offered by Lucia C. Stone crystallized the haunting image of the Brown Lady, etching it into the collective consciousness. The brown brocade dress, a relic of 17th-century elegance, became synonymous with the ghost that traversed the corridors of Raynham Hall. The empty eye sockets, a macabre detail, added a layer of otherworldly horror to the spectral manifestation, a departure from the more benign ghosts of Victorian ghost lore. Stone's account, recorded in the hallowed pages of history, would set the stage for a multitude of subsequent sightings and investigations. The Brown Lady, it seemed, had transcended the boundaries of time, reaching across the years to make her presence known to those who dared to tread the haunted halls of Raynham. In the decades that followed Lucia C. Stone's encounter, the legend of the Brown Lady would weave itself into the fabric of paranormal lore, her ghostly form captured in photographs and her story whispered in hushed tones. The first recorded sighting, with its detailed description and spectral gravitas, remains a cornerstone in the haunted chronicles of Raynham Hall, where the echoes of Lady Dorothy's existence linger, perpetuating the enigma of the Brown Lady. The tale of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall took a haunting turn in 1936, when the spirit manifested before the lens of Captain Hubert C. Provand and his assistant, Indre Shira, both photographers for the esteemed Country Life magazine. This encounter would propel the spectral legend to new heights, immortalizing the ghostly apparition in one of the most iconic photographs in the realm of paranormal investigation. As the duo set out to Raynham Hall, armed with cameras and a sense of journalistic curiosity, they could hardly have anticipated the spectral encounter that awaited them within the ancient walls. Little did they know that their visit would etch their names into the ghostly lore surrounding the Brown Lady. It was in the dimly lit confines of the mansion that Captain Provand and Shira aimed their cameras, ready to capture the essence of Raynham Hall for the pages of Country Life. However, the lens of their camera unwittingly became a portal to the otherworldly, revealing a sight that would send shivers down the spines of all who gazed upon it. A sight that would elevate the Brown Lady to legendary status. In the developed photograph, the ghostly figure of the Brown Lady materialized, descending the grand staircase with an ethereal grace. The brown brocade dress, described by Lucia C. Stone in 1835, seemed to ripple with ghostly energy, and the empty eye sockets stared out from the photograph, as if reaching across time to make contact with the living. The image captured by Provand and Shira became an enduring symbol of spectral phenomena, a visual testament to the lingering presence of Lady Dorothy Walpole within the confines of Raynham Hall. The photograph not only adorned the pages of Country Life, but also circulated widely, captivating the imagination of a fascinated public. The notoriety of this photograph cast a perpetual spotlight on Raynham Hall, transforming it into a magnet for paranormal enthusiasts and investigators. The Brown Lady, once a mere whisper in the corridors of time, now stood as a visual entity, her ghostly form immortalized in the haunting stillness of black and white photography. The encounter of Captain Hubert C. Provand and Indre Shira, preserved in that iconic photograph, transcended the boundaries of skepticism and catapulted the legend of the Brown Lady into the realm of undeniable spectral phenomena. To this day, the image serves as a spectral portal, inviting those curious enough to peer into the mysterious past of Raynham Hall and witness the lingering echoes of Lady Dorothy's tormented spirit. In the hushed confines of Raynham Hall, a place where the line between the living and the spectral is blurred, Captain Hubert C. Provand and his assistant Indre Shira embarked on a fateful photographic expedition for Country Life magazine in 1936. Little did they anticipate that their lenses would bear witness to a paranormal phenomenon that would echo through the corridors of history. As they navigated the dimly lit halls of the historic mansion, camera shutters clicked, capturing the essence of Raynham's grandeur. It was a routine assignment, or so they thought, until they reached the majestic staircase that bore the weight of centuries' worth of secrets. It was there, in the play of shadows and the stillness of the air, that the spectral presence of the Brown Lady chose to reveal itself to the mortal realm. Provand and Shira, focused on their task, aimed their cameras at the staircase, perhaps expecting nothing more than a conventional photograph of an age-old architectural masterpiece. Little did they realize that Lady Dorothy's spirit, seemingly bound to those very steps, would materialize before their lenses with an eerie grace. The moment frozen in time by the click of the shutter revealed the ethereal descent of the Brown Lady. The brown brocade dress, a spectral echo of a bygone era, flowed with ghostly elegance, and the empty eye sockets stared out from the developed film, a haunting gaze reaching out from the realms of the supernatural. The photograph became an evocative tableau, encapsulating the very essence of the ghostly encounter. As they beheld the developed image, Provand and Shira found themselves standing at the threshold of the extraordinary. Their claim to have captured the ghost on film, descending the staircase of Raynham Hall, transformed the Brown Lady from a spectral anecdote into a tangible entity, eternally preserved in the haunting stillness of black and white photography. The photograph became a cultural touchstone, the visual evidence that transcended the skeptical murmurs and propelled the legend of the Brown Lady into the forefront of paranormal fascination. Raynham Hall, already steeped in history, now bore the indelible mark of a ghostly encounter that would beckon curious minds for generations to come. The stairs of Raynham Hall, once trodden by aristocracy and echoing with the whispers of time, became a stage for the enduring drama of Lady Dorothy's spectral existence. The image captured by Provand and Shira, descending the staircase, is not merely a photograph. It is a spectral portal inviting us to peer into the haunted realms of Raynham and witness the ethereal ballet of the Brown Lady forever captured on film. The captivating tale of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall reached a global audience with the publication of the iconic photograph in Country Life magazine. Little did Captain Hubert C. Provand and Indre Shira know that their routine assignment would catapult them into the annals of paranormal history, leaving an indelible mark on the lore of ghostly encounters. The photograph, depicting the spectral descent of the Brown Lady down the grand staircase of Raynham Hall, first graced the pages of Country Life in 1936. Its publication marked a moment of undeniable revelation, a visual testament to the ethereal presence that lingered within the venerable walls of the English mansion. The image, with Lady Dorothy's ghostly figure and her haunting empty eye sockets, became a haunting tableau that captivated the imagination of readers. The story, however, did not confine itself to the pages of a single publication. The allure of the Brown Lady's ghostly visage transcended the boundaries of print, finding its way into the broader cultural consciousness. Life magazine, a publication known for chronicling significant moments and captivating visuals, recognized the profound impact of the photograph and ensured its dissemination to an even wider audience. As the image found its way into the glossy pages of Life magazine, it took on a life of its own, a haunting emblem of the mysterious and the supernatural. The Brown Lady, once a spectral resident of Raynham Hall, became a household name, her ghostly form imprinted on the collective psyche of readers around the world. This photograph, frozen in the sepia tones of the past, became more than a mere depiction of a ghostly encounter. It evolved into one of the most famous ghost photographs of all time. Its resonance stretched beyond the realms of paranormal enthusiasts, captivating the curiosity of skeptics and believers alike. The Brown Lady's spectral silhouette, captured by Provand and Shira, now stood as a symbol of the mysterious, a visual enigma that defied easy explanations. The photograph's enduring fame ensured that Raynham Hall would forever be associated with the ethereal presence of Lady Dorothy Walpole. It became an integral part of the mansion's storied history, drawing visitors and researchers alike to explore the haunted corridors where the Brown Lady's ghostly ballet had been immortalized on film. In the pantheon of ghostly encounters, the Brown Lady's photograph remains a touchstone, a visual artifact that transcends time and continues to beckon those curious enough to delve into the mystique of Raynham Hall and witness the ghostly legacy of Lady Dorothy. In the grand tapestry of the Brown Lady's spectral legacy, an intriguing chapter unfolds with the account of none other than King George IV himself. The echoes of Lady Dorothy's ghostly presence reached the upper echelons of society, transcending the confines of Raynham Hall and making their way into the bedchambers of royalty. It was in the early 19th century that King George IV, adorned with the regal trappings of the monarchy, chose Raynham Hall as his temporary residence. Little did he anticipate that his stay would intertwine with the ethereal threads of the Brown Lady's haunting narrative. As the monarch slumbered within the opulent chambers of the mansion, he claimed to have been roused from his royal repose by a spectral presence. In the quiet hours of the night, King George IV purportedly beheld the ghostly figure of the Brown Lady standing beside his bed. The regal surroundings, usually a sanctuary of solitude and security, became the backdrop for a spectral encounter that transcended the boundaries of the mortal realm. The monarch, a figure of considerable power and influence, recounted the apparition with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The brown brocade dress, the hallmark of the Brown Lady, draped the ghostly figure as it stood beside the royal bed. The empty eye sockets, perhaps gazing into the depths of time and history, added an eerie intensity to the encounter. The tale of King George IV's sighting added a layer of legitimacy and intrigue to the ongoing narrative of the Brown Lady. Here was a monarch, a figure of authority and stature, attesting to a spectral visitation within the hallowed halls of Raynham. The encounter not only solidified the reputation of the Brown Lady, but also elevated her from a local legend to a ghostly presence recognized even by the highest echelons of society. As the news of the royal sighting spread, it further cemented Raynham Hall's reputation as a place where the supernatural and the regal converged. The spectral legacy of Lady Dorothy, witnessed by a king himself, became a pivotal chapter in the mansion's haunted history, inviting generations of curious minds to explore the enigmatic realms where the past and the paranormal intertwine. The Brown Lady, it seemed, was not merely a spectre of local folklore. She had become a ghostly presence acknowledged by the very corridors of power. In the moonlit corridors of Raynham Hall, where time seems to stand still and history whispers through the centuries, the saga of the Brown Lady of Raynham unfolds with a spectral elegance that has captivated the imaginations of generations. Beyond the iconic photograph captured by Captain Hubert C. Provand and Indre Shira, and the chilling encounter recounted by King George IV, there are additional layers to this haunting narrative that further enrich the ghostly tapestry. The roots of Lady Dorothy Walpole's tragedy delve into the intricate politics of 18th-century aristocracy. As the sister of Robert Walpole, the first Prime Minister of Great Britain, Lady Dorothy found herself entangled in the web of societal expectations and familial obligations. The whispers of her alleged affair with Lord Wharton, accusations that would later become the catalyst for her spectral manifestation, hinted the complexities of her personal life. The cruel fate that befell Lady Dorothy, confined within the walls of Raynham Hall by her husband's suspicions, brings forth a poignant chapter in her story. The ghostly presence she assumed in death became, in a sense, a testament to the societal constraints and injustices faced by women in that era. Moreover, the enduring nature of the Brown Lady's haunting extends beyond visual encounters. Over the years, Raynham Hall has been a canvas for a symphony of unexplained sounds, mysterious footsteps, and inexplicable cold drafts, all contributing to the eerie atmosphere that envelops the mansion. These auditory manifestations add an ethereal dimension to the ghostly legacy, reinforcing the notion that Lady Dorothy's spirit is intricately woven into the very fabric of Raynham Hall. As the legend of the Brown Lady continued to capture public fascination, paranormal investigators and enthusiasts descended upon Raynham Hall, armed with their tools and courage to explore the supernatural. Countless testimonies, both from locals and those who sought to unravel the mysteries within the mansion's walls, have added layers to the ongoing narrative of the Brown Lady. In conclusion, the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall transcends the boundaries of a mere ghost story. She is an embodiment of an era, a symbol of love betrayed, and a spectre whose haunting echoes persist in both the visual and auditory realms. The mansion itself, with its creaking floorboards, shadowy corners, and the grand staircase that witnessed the descent of the Brown Lady, stands as a living testament to a history that refuses to fade away. Raynham Hall remains a sanctuary for the curious, inviting them to delve into the enigma of the Brown Lady and the spectral legacy she left behind. And so, the haunting tale of the Brown Lady of Raynham Hall, with its echoes of love, betrayal, and spectral visitations, stands as an enduring enigma woven into the fabric of time. Lady Dorothy Walpole, once a woman of flesh and blood, now exists in the collective consciousness as the ethereal Brown Lady, forever descending the grand staircase with a spectral elegance that defies the boundaries of the mortal realm. From the first recorded sighting by Lucia C. Stone to the iconic photograph captured by Captain Hubert C. Provand and Indre Shira, and the claim by King George IV himself, the ghostly presence of the Brown Lady has transcended the pages of history to become one of the most famous and enduring specters in the realm of paranormal lore. Raynham Hall, with its hallowed halls and shadowy corners, remains a sanctuary for those seeking to commune with the otherworldly. The creaking floorboards, the mysterious sounds, and the chilling drafts that whisper through the mansion continue to invite the curious to peer into the mysterious past of Lady Dorothy Walpole and the enduring legacy of her haunted spirit. As the centuries pass, the Brown Lady's story remains eternally suspended within the confines of Raynham Hall. A poignant reminder of a life cut short, of love betrayed, and of a woman who, in death, found a spectral existence that transcends the boundaries of time. The ghostly ballet of the Brown Lady, captured in photographs and etched into the collective memory, beckons those willing to tread the haunted corridors of Raynham, a place where the past and the paranormal converge in a timeless dance. That's all for today, my fellow spooky adventurers. I hope you enjoyed the stories we shared and learned something new and terrifying. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more spooky content. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe icons to get notified when we upload our next video. You don't want to miss it, trust me. Until then, stay safe, stay curious, and stay scared together. Goodbye for now, and sweet dreams.